Everything was deleted. They nuked everything because they're afraid of the evidence. They're afraid of people logging it.
Guess what? No charges.
Banned refugees from Somalia, very dangerous places, and from all I banned them. I said, I'm sorry. Very rough people, some very, very rough people come out of those areas.
Guys, we've got some big updates on Johnny Somali. News is coming in that Johnny Somali is trying very hard to go live after the Jeffrey Epstein, Elon Musk, and Trump story blew up. You guys might already know that Johnny Somali calls himself the second Jeffrey Epstein. Insider sources are saying Johnny was trying hard to go live to talk about the issue and get his name trending. There were strong rumors that Johnny had already prepared a script. He wanted to take Trump's side, because Trump is actually the one who could potentially save Johnny Somali. Johnny even recently admitted that Trump invited him to the White House and that everyone there liked him.
And when are you gonna go to the White House? I've been inside the White House. Trump's first term, they actually invited me. I got invited to the White House. I've been inside the White House to go see a Trump speech.
Wow.
I got invited to the White House. I've been inside the White House to go see a Trump speech.
Does madness even have a limit anymore? One day he says Trump will release him, next day Trump's gonna do this, gonna do that, and now he's straight up claiming that Trump personally invited him to the White House. I honestly don't know if Johnny's actually dreaming this stuff or if he's just an expert at saying the most dramatic nonsense possible. I really don't know anymore. And here's the latest news. Since Johnny can't do anything anymore, the legal pressure has made his life hell. Legal Mindset has been sending each and every update and leak about Johnny to the prosecutors to make his case stronger. Now Johnny has started attacking Legal Mindset again.
The fake Legal Mindset, once again, I live rent-free in their head, so there's about 100 fake Legal Mindset accounts on Discord. It says, fresh start, don't think it just happened out of nowhere. Impulse, the owner is well aware. Searching through history is nothing there anyways.
That's not all. When Johnny realized there's no way out of trouble because everything's now public and there's no way to hide anything, he made one last attempt. He tried deleting all the evidence of his crimes.
You see here, this is the Discord here, and of course somebody has the Diddy photo, right? Who leaked the SIA, meaning the private chat? They mentioned the person who allegedly did, right? And they mentioned what happened here. Once again, Johnny modded him because he said he spoke Korean, effing, R-word, reason not to mod. Too bad Johnny is R-word. So, and then, he did it to himself. So people literally coming out there and calling out Johnny in his own Discord. His own supporters are calling him an idiot for allowing himself to get played, for having his Discord leaked. You really played yourself, buddy. But the big meltdown here is that his entire chat has been deleted. Now, I said this live, but here's the Carfax. Here's the, Johnny Salami over here. Here's the general chat. You can see this is the start of the chat. Boom. Rip general. Everything was deleted. They nuked everything because they're afraid of the evidence. They're afraid of people logging it. They're afraid of people getting it. They literally nuked all of general. The fake Legal Mindset, once again, I live rent-free in their head, so there's about 100 fake Legal Mindset accounts on Discord. It says, fresh start, don't think it just happened out of nowhere. Impulse, the owner is well aware. Searching through history is nothing there anyways. If you have nothing to hide, why would you delete anything? And now, it's one thing if you're like marketing a product and you shift what product you're marketing or the type of product you're marketing, so you no longer offer, orange juice if you don't sell orange juice and now you're selling apple juice. That's not Johnny Salami, right? That is not what he's doing. He's hiding this stuff 100% because he is scared. But yeah, this is absolutely because they are terrified. This is absolutely because they're scared. And it just shows the absolute, infantile and stupid nature of his Discord, which continues to get blown out left and right.
So as you just saw, Johnny Somali is now in full panic mode, trying to wipe out every single piece of evidence tied to him. And let's not forget, this guy has said it over and over again. He'll do anything to escape South Korea.
Do you think I want to sit in this country any longer? Do you think I'm really gonna sit there and argue with the judge over a $100 fine? I'm guilty, so what? I'll pay it.
South Korea and everyone is full on going against Johnny Somali. From rich to poor, everyone is working to get Johnny Somali to face the consequences no matter what. What I mean by that is, as you guys know, the recent trial went mostly in favor of Johnny Somali, where Johnny Somali didn't plead guilty to his crimes. And after that, Johnny Somali bragged about how he will escape Korea, saying all the offenses are just a few $1,000s and a couple of months in jail and are bailable offenses, and then he threatened the judge and his mother.
I promise you, I put it on my mother's life. I will be leaving South Korea a free man. And these niggas like to paint stories like I don't have money. Like, bro, where did that come from?
and then he threatened the judge and his mother.
The judge seemed pissed. The judge seemed pissed and angry that there was a not guilty plea. The judge probably believes that there's enough evidence to prove this, but the judge was annoyed at that. He's threatened the judge's mother. I can see why he might be generally annoyed and not in the best mood. So the prosecutor proposes the punishment, and the judge ultimately decides whether to adopt it or change it.
Did you see that? Johnny is not stopping. But as I said, South Koreans have gone mad at him right now. They are finding out everything about Johnny Somali and showing it to everyone, the prosecutor, the judge, so that in the next trial, Johnny cannot get away from the consequences. Like, you know how Johnny Somali brags about everything, that he is untouchable, that South Korea cannot do anything to him? Just watch how Johnny Somali was crying like a baby when he was in jail in Israel for only a couple of days. Then just think about how this guy will stay for 30 years in a Korean jail.
For 3-4 months solitary confinement, bro. But the only thing I had to read in there, the U.S. Embassy brought me an English Quran, bro.
Alongside him, his ally and main culprit, Hanky Poo, also got himself into deeper trouble by supporting Johnny Somali. Johnny isn't alone in this. Hank Yu, who many say acts like Johnny Somali's personal bodyguard, has also repeatedly disrespected South Korea.
Korea should not be independent of either China or America because Korea will be poor as
Korean language is a shit, overtly complicated language.
And because of all this, both Hank Yu and Johnny Somali could now be facing treason charges. So no matter how much Johnny tries to use his free time to manipulate the situation online, his conviction team isn't sitting idle either. Behind the scenes, they're quietly working to increase the number of charges against him, something Johnny Somali himself might not even be aware of. On the other hand, according to Legal Mindset, Hank Yu is basically being dragged down because of Johnny. Even in this treason case, Hank Yu is now getting directly involved, all because of his association with Johnny Somali.
Hank will actually probably, I know this is crazy, but I have always been the one to give you honest reporting and been the one to speak to Korean lawyers and people experienced in the Korean legal system, because according to the sources, what they did was really a huge crime and they can challenge it. Does it make him look worse? Yes. Does the submission of those facts to the court make him look more of a disruption and more of a problem? Yes. Yes, it is Hank Honjong-yu. That he is continually being disruptive. He is continually committing crimes. He's continually going out and pressing his luck. He's continually confronting people.
Exactly. So now Hank Yu is also in serious trouble, and legal sources are confirming it. But the question is Hank fully responsible for his actions? Yes.
And now, like, Hank is his, like, homeboy who is, like, just protecting him and, you know, like, doing all this stuff for him. And
in the worst case scenario, Donald Trump just announced that he will not allow people from Somalia to enter the U.S. So now, the last few chances for Johnny Somali to get into the U.S. are also looking impossible.
I banned refugees from Syria. I banned refugees from Somalia. Very dangerous places, and from all of the most dangerous places all over the world, I banned them. I said, I'm sorry. And in my second term, we're going to expand each and every one of those bans because we have no choice. Some very rough people, some very, very rough people come out of those areas. They want to blow up our country. We aren't bringing in anyone from Somalia or anywhere else that threatens our security. But I will say this, tremendous numbers of people are pouring into our country right now.
Yes, I know his real name is not Johnny Somali, but the thing is, everyone knows him by that name. And just the Somali part is enough to trigger Trump. I can guarantee that after hearing the name Johnny Somali, Trump will never let him enter the U.S., guys. What do you think? Is there still any chance for Johnny Somali to come back to the U.S., or is it over for him? Let me know your opinion in the comments.